You know what time it is. Crack open that bottle of wine. Grab your favorite glass, pour a couple of fingers of scotch in it. Get that stick, light it, and blow. It's time to hang with Steel Sharpen Steel After Dark.
Good evening, Sharpies, and welcome to another episode of Steel Sharpen Steel. It is an After Dark episode because I am in charge. Tom is running a little bit late and we didn't want to keep you waiting, so I decided to launch the show by myself. And so you got an After Dark episode, because what he gonna do? Who gonna check me, boo? Exactly. So we're going to get it started. I might filibuster for a little bit just to make sure everybody has a chance to get in here. But I want to shout out to Anthony, because I made this show at like 7:04 p.m. At 7:08, Anthony had this first comment. Now, right behind him, 7:17, Miles Simmons was like, "I'm in the house." I'm pretty sure he thought he had it. And you might even have it on, alert. But, if your Wi-Fi is a little iffy, you might not be in there. My girl Cecily coming in third place, not even a minute. Well, a couple minutes after that, but she was on time, right? And she was before the buzzer. These first four were before the buzzer, meaning before the show even went live. Here they come. And Mary J. Now, it could be Marie. But I'm gonna say it like that because it brings up good memories of the song for me. But I agree with this sentiment. Good evening to all Madam Vice President voters. What y'all drinking? Because this week has been weeking, and it's not even Friday. It's only Thursday. And already I feel like this week has been 2 months long. Oh my goodness. A lot of things have had us in our feelings. A lot of things have had us distraught. And so I wanted to do an After Dark episode this week because I wanted to make sure that we remembered to smile through the bad times, to find joy in small spaces, to be petty when we want to be petty, while we grieve. Okay. So just something to keep y'all going. And yeah, it's an After Dark show up in this piece. So yeah, all sookie now. And yes, I am unsupervised. Doesn't mean I'm not prepared. It just means that, I went ahead and put the disclaimer on here. But, you know what? I should have called you. CJ. I didn't find out that Tom was going to be late until like 5 minutes before we went live because he's running. He is running from his day job trying to get over here. So I'm sure he'll come sliding in like Eddie Kane Jr. In a minute. But until then, it's my show. Hey, Shay. I knew you. But yeah, oh yes, and I'm about to preach. It's about to be one. So while we're waiting, I think I'll wait until we get into some of the heavy political stuff and start with the fun things. So y'all recognize the first headline of the day is "Stop Playing." He did, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now, we see dead people. I believe this is going on. I'm not going to say what this is. For my Gen Xers, y'all know what this is, but I'm not going to give. Also, I don't have no license to use this, so I'm not going to give any titles. But I believe this is what's going on. And I really want them. Shannon House. Old McDonald bought the farm, and on his farm he had not some ladybugs. I'm stunned. And I'm so mad at you. Because I had just scrubbed my brain from that imagery and you brought it running back. And now, thank you for that, Chan. I'll be sure to not
Hey, everybody. So we had a little bit of a power thing, and I'm coming on late because I had to mummify Mitch McConnell's rotting corpse. So thank you for joining us, and Joy will be right back. And as Chan said, Old MacDonald bought the farm, and on his farm he had some ladybugs. We are absolutely 120% on board with that. With a bug here and a bug there, here a pearl, everywhere a pearl clutch. That's what we're doing with Lindsay McConnell. Has there been a portmanteau of Mitch and Lindsay? Like Mitch Graham makes ma'am, or Lynn Connell? Drop in the chat which ones you like, and see what your preferable portmanteau is for the dual celebratory tragedies of the passing of these two iconic senators. Not the least of which is part of the question that we're dealing with in terms of Mitch's dear sister, who is perhaps the ultimate personification of DEI, because she is a white woman with limited qualifications who is stepping in to a job abandoned by a white guy. So sounds pretty DEI to me. Didn't earn it at the very least. And yet this is the person that they're saying is going to be able to capably represent those folks in South Carolina. I don't know. I think Lindsay was probably a fairly safe seat for the South Carolinian electorate. I don't know if they're going to jump on Darlene's trail as quickly as they did before. Not, CJ says, not everywhere a pearl clutch. Yeah, thank you. I'm not sure if they're going to hop on that for a couple of reasons. Apparently, she is completely willing to abandon her married last name, second marriage, while we're keeping score for the Christian conservatives. She's dropping her husband's last name because the last name is Nardone, or perhaps Nardoni, which certainly sounds a little ethnic, certainly more ethnic than Graham. And also, I didn't know this, I didn't know why it happened, but apparently she changed Darlene, Darlene, which is a standard Southern spelling of Darlene, to Darline, which is closer to Darlin, which are both acceptable pronunciations. I just don't know why you JD Vanced your name. I don't know when you did it. I don't know why you did it. It's just odd. And she's sitting in an interview with Sean Hannity, and Sean is saying, well, have you come to a decision? I have come to a decision. And he's literally spoon feeding her. He knew before they sat down that she had decided she was going to take the seat. But she didn't assert, I have made a decision and I'm going to run for a full term in November. She was supposed to be a seat warmer. And at some point, the calculation, I guess, was made in the Trump-obsessed GOP that she was not going to be, or that it would be better to have her as an incumbent of a few months, as opposed to trying to have her there as a seat filler and then prop up somebody who doesn't have Graham's name recognition. And so they decided over the course of 48 hours, before Lindsay is even buried, that she was going to go for a full term. I don't think this is going to redound in their favor. Absolutely. Yeah. So Bob, thank you, Bob. The GOP is upset because she donated to a pro-abortion state senator in SC, and apparently that is her only political donation ever. And Joy is back. She's back in Hizzy. What up, Joy?
Yo.
It's too hot in Atlanta.
Yo, it's too rainy. Like I saw like a little jack of light, and I was like, it looks like it might, and then everything went away. And I'm texting Tom like, get here now. So
it was perfect timing, Joy. Literally, I put my butt in the chair as the text came through, and I was like, oh. And so thank you, Sharpies, for sticking with us. Sometimes technical challenges, acts of God, force majeure, all of that can't affect. There was a little force majeure on my side just because I was helping my son get a bank account. And she tried to do it after
I
dark.
did. I set up the whole grab a stick, light it.
Okay.
I
See,
did all of it.
I ain't know, because shout out to my son, my youngest son. He is embracing and taking another step forward into grown-uphood. He is opening his first credit union account. And we conspicuously went to a credit union instead of a bank because banks are trash. And I haven't been able to divorce myself from my bank. But the credit union is where I had my car loan. And so I said, son, this is where you should go. You got no fee checking. He's going to be able to earn a little bit of money if he keeps his balance up.
Is call him daddy. Okay, that's not happening.
We didn't say that. That is CJ. Thank you for the congrats for my son. He's going to be making his way across the street anytime now.
Like, I was so nervous. Like, oh my God.
See, but this is why having the Wonder Twins is a thing. Because we can twin. Bing! Shape of a working transformer.
Form of Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. So we are back. I was just talking about Darlene Graham and her decision to seek the full term of her immediately expired brother.
That's some nonsense. And I know this has been done before. There's been precedent at a local level, like you get some state congressman, state senator or something like that, or a mayor in a few places, and the wife picks it up or the husband picks it up. And I get that on a small scale, but we're talking 1 of 100. You know what I'm saying?
I think they did it in New Hampshire. I think that's how Shaheen ended up coming into office in New Hampshire. So it has happened, but I think this is a sister.
Yeah.
As opposed to a wife. And so I think there's some indication, like if Senator Obama had befallen a tragedy, I think people might have turned to Michelle.
They tried to turn to Michelle in 2012.
Well, that's what I'm saying, during the presidency.
Right.
So as we were trying to find who was going to be next, they started looking at Michelle. So that's a little bit different because Michelle Obama is, first of all, a self-made woman of her own accord.
She's arguably smarter than her husband.
Thank you. And she's also been around for 8 years in the White House, and she was doing whole programs and had to work with folks. And, unlike many first ladies, she was actually actively engaged in some issues that she was pursuing on her own. And so it would, wow. I have a spray bottle for you, Bob. Just
you're not wrong. You're
not wrong. I mean, but
although you're trying to say who had more of his DNA, his sister or the S. Look, it's fresher. I'm just saying.
Also, to be fair, one of the 2 main people who came out is also trans, which would make it very difficult for a trans former sex worker to be elected in South Carolina.
In South
Carolina. It's to be a patron of a trans sex worker is apparently no problem, but the sex worker herself would be tricky, apparently. So I guess that's kind of where we are on the Graham situation. We do have a number of other things to talk about, but since I didn't know what topic Joy was on when I had just gotten through
like the leaderboard of who was in here first and everything, and we were just getting ready to talk. I was talking about Mitch, and I said I see dead people.
Okay. So that's good, because I segued into saying that I was late because I was mummifying his decaying corpse. So
I mean, it is more than meets the eye, is it not? I'm just saying.
Trans worker. While we're on the transformer thing, what would Lindsey Graham's transformer name be?
Not Ladybug.
Well, we already do have a bug. That's Bumblebee is a bug.
Perlatron. Glug Glug 3000.
Oh goodness.
He would definitely transform into a VW bug. Absolutely.
Yeah, had to.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's fine. We haven't had any other bugs, and quite frankly, in the movie universe, he's no longer, Bumblebee is like a Camaro now or something. So
Yeah,
it's about time to bring back the bug.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Lindsay the Love Bug.
Lindsay, yes, that works.
Sorry, CJ. I'm not trying to make a mess in your kitchen. So among the other things that we have to talk about today, on the lighter side of things, you know, we have seen Judge Janine Boxenwine Pirro talk a lot about all these cases that are going to be going against the people. And she's every single one of her big cases has ended up being dropped. Like, she hasn't been able to make anything stick. And the latest one is the former U.S. Olympian kayaker.
Yeah.
An Olympian kayaker.
We picked him to represent us.
Represent our country. Didn't nobody but Trump pick you, Janine, just so we're clear.
Just so we're clear.
This guy who went in, and this is how clown car this is. He went to the reflecting pool, took a picture of the damage, then dipped his hand in the pool and touched the damaged thing that he had just taken a picture of. And they said, hey, don't do that. And he let it go. He didn't pull it up. He didn't jump in the pool, grab an end, and then walk 25 feet. He took a picture of the damage, and then just to confirm that the damage was real and it wasn't just an artifact of light reflecting or whatever, he touched the liner, and there's a picture of him touching the liner. And then they said, don't do that. He said, let go. Fine. He removed his hand, stepped out, and then a few minutes later, somebody from the Park Service apparently swooped in and told him blah, blah, blah. Now,
but like any scapegoat, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
They
decided that he was the insidious and evil mastermind behind Trump's 350-foot gash, fabrication, saying that somebody tampered with the pool. He walked by, saw something floating in there, took a picture of it, touched it. He did not cause it. You know what caused it? Shoddy workmanship and peroxide. That's what caused it.
We were talking about nicknames before, and 350-foot gash is, I think, my new nickname for Melania. But now what has happened is that his lawyers said, you can't disturb any of this. You are accusing him of doing this thing. So you can't, we need you to seal it off, keep it cool so that we can actually do an investigation, which of course didn't happen because they put the fence up, they drained it. After they drained it, you could see the tire tracks from the motorcade
because
running the full
200 tons of vehicles through a shallow cement pond,
which has just had stuff applied to it, hasn't even cured.
Yeah.
And you're
trying to over the cure. I thought he did it, and then they tried to cure it with all the dirt and dust and some over
the cure. It was worse. And so it wasn't cured. You had seams. It's a huge thing. It's not like God has a big
paintbrush
spray can above and just goes, ah, and it's one little quick thing. It's huge. It took hours. It took multiple days. And what has since come out is that there were two layers, right? There was the basically the preparatory layer, which is an underlayer.
The primer.
The primer, but it's not only a primer. It's like, but it's primer-esque, right? So you've got to do that. You have to put the second thing on, the layer that's actually doing the work, the American flag blue layer, has got to be applied within a very defined window. Because if it's not applied in the proper time frame, then it's not going to attach to the underlayer. So the underlayer has to attach to the thing, and then where there are seams, because of course it's not like you're taking a paint roller and just rolling, you're spraying this stuff. So the sprayer only goes so wide.
Right.
You can't spray the full width and the full length in one go. So you're going to have seams, and where the seams are, you got to apply more product, and you got to be more careful. And so you've ruined your case, because your case is he destroyed something, but you've now taken off the full sheet that he supposedly
you threw any evidence away.
You tore the evidence up. And so now his defense is like, yeah, we just need this dismissed. Go ahead and dismiss this.
Right. Not to mention the only existing evidence is the picture he took of it floating.
And he submitted that before they indicted him. And they tried to use, because they took their own picture. They took a picture of something that he had not, in fact, disturbed and tried to use it as evidence that he had disturbed it.
All they do is lie.
But it's all a failure. And that's not the only thing she's had to dismiss. Well, not her, but the DOJ has also, come on, headlines. Thank you, Joy. They have also dropped the subpoenas for the New York Times about the Qatar thing.
Wait, is this the name for the Transformer? Inner City Bang Bang. We all
Lindsay Bang Bang.
I'm going to hell for a lot of reasons. But
yeah,
exactly. Why are you surprised? They do throw evidence away.
I'm not surprised. What I'm surprised about is that she got up on television and had the temerity to say, well, we've got witnesses. Girl, you have no evidence. Your witnesses don't mean shit. Right. He's got photos of the before and the during. He didn't do it. And now you have no evidence that you conspicuously destroyed.
If you were going to pick a fall guy, a fall person, if you will, don't pick the Olympian.
No.
Could you not pick an American hero champion who just
happened a gold medal that Trump will never have?
Right, unless he steals it like he tried to steal it that one time. Remember when he tried to steal that gold medal and put it in his pocket when he was
yeah, for the one of them soccer people.
Something, before. I want to say it was it Olympics? It doesn't matter. He stole a gold medal.
He pocketed a gold medal, and the dude was like,
can I get my medal though?
Like, what's going on? And the get back on that, because we didn't even we didn't even put this in the lineup of things, but since we're here, Spain literally photoshopped him out.
They used cleanup.
Lasso and then drag to the right so that it fills in with like fans. They literally, and even everybody was trying to push him off to the side, and he damn sure was trying to stand on the edge. He wanted to make sure there was a shot he was in, and they were like, yeah, but no. We got
because you. I thought they pulled him far enough, and it was just the way the camera took the angle. No, they photoshopped him up out that picture.
No, they did, because there was, when the actual Spain and the explosion of the confetti and stuff, the color commentator had a hot mic. He was like, oh yeah, they can just Photoshop him out.
Did he really say that? That's awesome.
He said it on the mic, and it ended up doing, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He had to get off stage. Didn't nobody want him? Don't nobody like him?
Nobody
the world don't like
in
him.
the world wants him.
Nobody.
That's why
nobody.
That's my whole thing about just even the grain of the inception of white supremacy is don't nobody want you.
Right.
And because don't nobody want you, you spend your life forcing people to accept you, which is a form of violation in and of itself. But don't nobody want you. Nobody, your parents didn't want you. Your wife don't want you. Your kids don't even want you. You're a cash cow that they ride into the ground when you remember that they exist. Right? But it's just a mess. This is exactly what it is with all the S's, narcissistic shit.
Yes, absolutely. First of all, shout out to CJ for running up the tally on comments. This is CJ's most active episode ever, I think. She's got like 20 damn comments in a row. Bob Breeden barely get a chance to breathe. It's all green C's in our comment section.
CJ said it's my house. It's ladies' night.
It's my house, and y'all just playing in it.
Look, if I hadn't had that blip, it would have been me and CJ talking to each other all night.
Oh, God. So speaking of people whose names with C who are reading, in the midst of the aftermath of the Odyssey drama about how dare they say Lupita Nyong'o is beautiful enough, and how dare they say that Elliot Page can't be a minor, barely on-screen character in Odyssey. Coleman Domingo said, if white people want to complain about something that makes them miserable, they can go go watch Melania.
If they want to see an all white cast that makes them miserable, they can go watch Melania. It's streaming right now. That was bars. Coleman
That
was
gave
in
me
his bag
so
with
much
that one.
life. And I wasn't even thinking, I was listening to another podcast, and they were saying how in a normal circumstance, we understand that this was just a grift. She just wanted the $40 million. They didn't really care about
Right. That's her exit
made
plan.
it
Yeah.
But the guy they hired to direct her documentary is a guy who has his own Me Too dirty laundry, Brett Ratner. So Rush Hour, he was popular.
Yeah.
And then he had allegations. But also it turns out that he's Epstein adjacent. So
because who else does she know?
Well, but this is my point. Talk about the worst possible confluence of creative energies. You got an alleged
my favorite series. It's just a parade of horribles.
It's just absolutely a nightmare. And the movie's trash. You see how you're not hearing anything about it.
No.
You see there's no Oscar buzz. You see also, there's no Webbies coming. I
also want to remind you that when it came to Netflix, we put Becoming on top in the number one spot on Netflix streaming. And then we did the same thing with Communion for Bell Hooks. And I haven't heard anything else about that book or that book tour since. So hats off to Black women holding it down once again. It also speaks to the fact that nobody reads, because 6% of the country, maybe 10% of the country should not have been able to put a book on a bestseller list by themselves. But that just means that the other 90% of the country is not reading. And that's a problem too.
I mean,
when in the fall of Rome, do as the Roman oh God.
Who is that? Oh, of course it's Chan. Of course it's Chan.
Chan.
Of course.
Chan, you know what? We're gonna clip that. Put that on the remix.
Yeah. Well, just say it, and then say clip that.
I did. Oh, say it again.
Yeah, just say it so we have.
So what does it say? When in the fall of Rome, do as the Roman Polanskis do.
Clip that.
Wow.
It's crazy. We actually do have 5 topics, but because this is kind of a stream of consciousness podcast, and some of your comments actually call to mind some other things that we want to talk about, I want to move on to one of the things that made me laugh out loud, which is the second thing that we have in our little pool of felon, but make it fashion. And this is, of course, a nod to our friend Andrew Tate. Now, here's the thing. I did not know that Andrew Tate is half Black.
Oh, yeah. A whole lot. There's several of these podcast bros, red pill dudes, and MAGA spokespeople that are biracial, specifically biracial and white mother, specifically.
Right. I did not know. I just thought Andrew Tate was an irredeemable douchebag. I didn't know he was a mixed race irredeemable douchebag.
Not mine, comfy couch. This is great. Chan, you on one tonight for real.
You going quality and quantity. We've got both tonight.
Right.
We've got CJ and we've got Chan.
Right. So clip that too.
So Andrew Tate, I mean,
is he though?
His pant legs are.
His straight and tight
pants.
I mean, look at this. When I first saw this, I really thought that those were breast implants. Because look at him. Look at him. This is screaming corset, right? Look at that waist. His waist is snatched to the gods.
Snatched to the gods. It was the combination. Somebody pulled up a damn near identical outfit that Rue McClanahan wore as Blanche Dubois on Golden Girls. And I almost fell out of my chair. She's rocking capri pants, she's rocking the sensible flats, and she's rocking a purple blouse. It's not open as it's not as deep a V as Andrew Tate. But when I heard some of the clips, all I knew was that he was a rampant misogynist. I knew that he had he was running something. I heard trafficking. I didn't really know. I just didn't care to know. And so I wasn't really putting much into it. But when I actually started hearing what he was doing and the plan, the quote unquote plan, he was selling to people about manipulating women and getting them to do sex work and taking all their money. And I'm a pimp and da 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 da. Yes, Peggy Bundy, exactly, Chan. That was another one that came up. I was actually disgusted. And then it was only in the midst of my disgust that I went to go find out more about him. And I said, I'll be damned. His daddy was a black chess master. And here we are.
And I want to go back to what CJ said here. You know, I think the Tate brothers are gay and are self-hating. I really believe that now that I know they are black. It's screaming self-hate. And I agree with this. Because of course, you know, I have no problem with the LGBTQ community. I am black. I have no problem with the black community. Howsoever, we know that there's racism in the queer community. We know that there is rampant homophobia in the black community. And so if you find yourself at the intersection of those two things, you might choose door 3, which is I'm going to hate it all. I'm going to prove to whoever's left that will have me, which at this point was probably his mother, whoever will have me, that I am worthy by showing you how much I reject all of who I really am. I reject it all.
They aren't the only red pill bros who have literally said, if you want to have sex with a woman, that makes you gay.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw something.
How'd that work?
And I don't, you know what? I feel I don't understand, because it's all tied together. The toxic masculinity, the hating of your own latent homosexuality, and hygiene. Because I heard 3 dudes on a podcast this morning. It was a reaction video from some other guy, but the video he was watching, these 3 brothers said, brothers, not half, all black, said, I don't take a shower after I be hooping because, you know, my boy's on my mind. So, you know, if I'm hooping and I go, you know, I'm sweating everything. Once you finish working out with the boys, you be hooping everything, you know, you don't take a shower because your boy's on your mind. And they all were like, yeah. And I'm like, what? And so the conversation was, if you go out hooping and everything, and then you got a date later, do you take a shower? And they're like, no, I'm not taking a shower because, you know, my boys are on my mind. Why, baby?
What does your must have to do with your boys? That's what I'm
right. And why are you thinking of your boys in the shower? Because even if you just finished hooping 10 minutes ago, that was 10 minutes ago, right? And you at home later.
Why are you bringing all this on the way to your car? Mm-hmm. Like by the time you put your butt in the seat of your car, you should be thinking about, damn, I'm ripe.
Right.
Let me hop in the shower when I get. Listen.
True. But yeah, literally toxic because as in poison. And this whole thing with like, everything is gay. First of all, no, it's not. I can't even say it any clearer than that. And secondly, how is hygiene and general attractiveness gay? You know, like I'm not cleaning under my fingernails. That's for girls. What? I'm not washing the crack of my ass. That's for girls. What?
But also, the crazy part is the flip side of this toxic masculinity coin is looks maxing, where you're obsessed with how you look, obsessed with your jawline, obsessed with your pecs, obsessed with how you fit in your pants and your outfits and your clothes.
I mean, if you recognize that those onesie leotards that guys used to like lift weights in and the handlebar mustache, that whole vibe was gay, created by gay men. And straight men's like, that looks manly, and they've been off one ever since. I'm dead serious. You can look it up. I am dead serious.
Listen, all I know is that between some of these dudes I've been seeing clips about, because I don't follow any of them, although Barron Trump follows the Tate brothers.
Right.
And says Ben that Shapiro. There's a bunch of these, but the crazy part is
what?
The federal government says we're not going to intervene on the extradition. So somebody realized they were black, I guess, because nobody, the Groypers even are like, yeah, this is messy. This isn't going to work
Now that's the thing, is like they will sag their pants to their knees, but they won't wash their ass. So now you're just spreading ass air all over the place. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. But
I just couldn't with the capri pants. I don't like a
let's
pant
take a look at this. I mean, I understand.
Let's because there's a oh, you can't see it?
You can't. Let me see. I'm gonna go out. You filibuster. I'm gonna go find a better picture.
So here's the thing. I know my younger brothers, my collegiate brothers out there. I got an 18-year-old son. Luckily, he's not big on the ankles. I don't need your pants to break above your ankle and you're not wearing socks. I need you to pick a struggle but to elevate it to capris, notable capris or pedal pushers or clam diggers, those are a specific thing of pant. He looks like, somebody said, he looks like the maitre d' at a discount Italian restaurant.
Hang on, I found it. Hang on. Let me see if I can pull it up. There we go. So,
there it is. That's a lot of leg, bro.
This is more than just high water. These are capris. And honestly, the shoes are given loafer flats. You know, this whole outfit.
They are.
He got this whole outfit.
It's color coordinated with that slate gray. It's like, you know, you want to pop a color up top, but you want to keep it neutral. What are you doing? I am so utterly confused about how this dude is supposed to be the apex predator of masculinity. And then I think, but he's the apex predator of incels. And so
crop pants and a titty shirt. Yeah. Yeah, the outfit was titty. That's what that was.
It's serving titty.
And CJ, you're right. That pants sagging thing was started in prison by men who were making it known that they were available, right? And then as people left prison, it came with them out into the streets. It wound itself into hip hop culture. And at first it was just a little band of the boxers.
Right.
I remember that when I was in college, you know, and people kind of like bought the boxers to make sure that you could see the little band.
That you could see the brand name.
Right. And now it's just your whole butt is out.
And here's the thing. Side note, guys, if you're a thug and you're attempting to do felonious things and your pants are below your ass, you will fall.
And you can't run from nobody.
You can't run from nobody.
You can't even reach your strap down because now your pockets are down by your knees.
Your ankle.
Skincare, yes. We love a man with a good skincare routine. So it's funny to me that, because I was having this conversation on Threads earlier about the fact that I've always been attracted to pretty guys, right? My girdle and his titles have been, right? You know, he can't have kids. He cannot have children, not in them pants. Just tight and balled up and pushed back up in his stomach. That's what that is. I know. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm taking deep breaths. But go ahead. You were talking about your.
Yeah, yes. I was having a conversation with some people online about the fact that, you know, because I'm into K-pop and a lot of the K-pop guys are pretty, and I'm talking gorgeous. And they not only do they have skin routines, one of them is a spokesmodel for hair and makeup, right? And he's a guy, and he is ostensibly, I don't know, straight, bi-curious, whatever. We don't know. We ain't never asked him. We don't care. But he's arguably the prettiest man that has ever lived, right? His name is Felix, and he is the spokesmodel for hair and makeup. I saw him all over Korea when I was there. Now, that being said, I also liked, what's his name? DeBarge. I liked El DeBarge, another pretty motherfucker, right? Who else was pretty? What's the guy? I can tell you how. Albie Shore.
Albie Shore.
Yeah, and all the pretty dudes from then on. I've always liked a guy that kept himself up. I remember when the first round of Queer Out for the Straight Guy came out, and they created that phrase. What was it? I forget what it was called, but it was it's on the tip of my tongue. But when they were metrosexual. I know it was something with the city. Yeah, metrosexual. Yeah, Pretty Ricky, what they call him every time. I love me some Pretty Ricky. I love a guy that with nice skin, smells good, well groomed, put on clothes that match and all that kind of stuff. And that is attractive to most women. Like any animal in the animal kingdom, the male tends to do something to get the female's attention, you know, and peacocking is right there, right? You know, I'm gonna bring you a pebble if I'm a penguin and then do some wild shit, but still, it wasn't just, hey, It wasn't just the light skins, although it did. I was a victim of the 80s as well. I was a little color struck when I was young, but Morris Chestnut, super fine, right? Who else? Idris Elba can be clean, and even when they do because Idris sometimes can get a little grimy, but even when he's grimy, he's still got clean fingernails, Michael B. Jordan running around in tailored suits looking good. So yeah, the whole color spectrum. And that's just me. And then I think about some of the Caucasian guys I like, Brad Pitt, gorgeous, right? And these Korean guys have these skincare routines, et cetera, et cetera. And all these women fill their stadiums, 200,000 people across the United States, millions across the world come to see them because they're so pretty. And then these guys turn around and say, girls don't like that. They like guys with muscles. Guys like guys with muscles. Girls like guys that smell good. Seriously. And so for a trio of dudes to talk about they're not going to take a shower because they're thinking about their boys and they're going to just go sweat funky to take some girl out is ridiculous because she don't want you. And honestly, women, if you hear me, be careful about the dudes you date because this is how you get vaginosis, right? We need to talk about it. This is how you get, the little infections and UTIs you can't seem to get rid of. That's that dude not taking a shower.
I don't know if you watch Mojo Brooks, but he's a comedian, light-skinned comedian, big wide nose, kind of a short dude. He's very funny, and most of his content is relationship content, and he plays up the toxicity.
What did he say?
So he was talking about a vaginosis. He had taken his girl because the girl was complaining about vaginosis and she was saying it must have come from you. He's like, nah, man, it didn't come from me. And so the doctor said, so is this your only sexual partner? And he's like, how you want to ask me that shit in front of it was just get you your Zamalamadangatron and let's go. So
not the Zamalamadangatron. But
while we were talking about the Andrew Tate, I just wanted to share this video because this content creator is actually hilarious. And he describes Andrew Tate's outfit in a way that is incredible. So it's only 1 minute, 21 seconds long. So let's hit it.
Baby, they arrested Andrew Tate while he was wearing a pair of pantaloons. Okay. They nabbed him in his knickerbockers, bagged him in his finest pair of business capris. Where'd you get them breeches, Andy? The Shire? I believe that this man may have literally become too big for his britches. Out here complimenting the look with a deep V violet blouse from the Prince for Preteens collection and a child's medium. What are you cosplaying as the clearance rack of a Ross Dress for Less? And I don't want to detract from the evil things that this man has both said and done, but I do need to know why he looks like AI Pitbull. What do you even call that? Pomeranian? Mr. Worldwident? Mr. Just around the block, occasionally, every once in a while. Why is he dressed like a matador who shops exclusively at a 2009 Express for Men? I need to know. And I know that you're looking at him and his provocatively exposed dainty little ankle, his wildly effeminate pointed toe, and you're thinking, this guy's got to be the biggest loser on the planet. But you're wrong. Because that award goes to every man who ever thought this motherfucker was cool.
So, his name is, I'm dropping it in the chat.
Yeah.
He's worth following. But
Andrew,
hilarious.
Okay. I remember when I first saw that picture, I remember thinking this looks like a Ross outfit. And for him to pull that out, I was like, yes, exactly. Exactly. It was giving to early 2000s Limited, Yeah,
you can imagine Miranda Priestley. I think we need a belt here.
Yeah. Right?
It was a lot, but that's more than enough time spent on him. Mm-hmm. We can talk about Nolan Wells. And I don't know how many of you saw the press conference that Crump put out there about the independent autopsy paid for by Colin Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm. Thank you,
Not a lot of information.
Unfortunately, like certain pieces, like his neck, and other, and I want to say like a patch of skin or something from the back of his head were missing. And it feels nefarious to us because we're not We're not, in the autopsy industry. However, even the person doing the independent autopsy said that if they had questions about a certain piece of the body, they would have held it as well before sending it for a secondary autopsy. So on the surface, it's not nefarious, but when you put that together with the larger picture of the missing phone and the lawyering up and the scrubbing of the internet, and now these missing pieces, it feels like a cover up,
But also, why hasn't the state's autopsy been released?
Yeah.
Because you had to have completed your autopsy before you gave his remains for the independent autopsy.
Right. So where's your homework?
So where is your cause of death?
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't get a complete body upon which to perform our own independent autopsy. And that is a problem. However,
there's more. The person that did the original autopsy has a history of finding hanging by suicides and such. So there were several other instances in the past where the outcome felt ridiculous, but nobody questioned it because nobody was questioning it,
Well, somebody who is questioning it is Nancy Grace, and she is on the case. Oh boy, that's a great picture of her. What decade is that from?
From the early 90s.
Yeah, I was about to say, because she looks very fresh. She looks, wasn't Casey Anthony her big thing, that she chased Casey Anthony off the interwebs? So Nancy has said, I don't know about y'all, but we're going to get to the bottom of this Nolan Wells thing. And so now that Nancy's on it.
Fact checking us. They won't release the autopsy report until the toxicology tests come back, and that's going to take a while. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure.
We appreciate a fact check around here. So
we do. Unlike Caroline Levitt, we don't mind being fact checked.
Right.
And I don't know that the toxicology, unless you're saying that they find something in his system that caused the death, I don't know that there's going to be that much of a difference in it, but it's fine. We will see.
They may be trying to see if he had alcohol in his system or something like that. However, and I will say again, since I'm chronically online, there are people trying to say Nancy Grace is only trying to get involved with this because she's trying to ride back into fame, blah, blah, blah. I don't care.
I don't care.
She can ride into fame with this. I care about the fact that she generally tends to find the answer. Right?
Find it.
He said, who looked in the mirror and said Nancy's name 3 times? Nancy Grace.
Nancy Grace. And she appeared. And that's fine. Listen, having her as a pit bull on this case is not a bad thing.
No. Let her do her.
Let her do it. Yeah, he said Jessica Fletcher and Olivia Pope. Come on, Annalise Keating.
Right. and House. I want Hugh Laurie up in here too.
Yeah, let's get House up on here. I'll take what's his name from Scrubs. Let's get them all.
All of them. Yeah.
He said Kojak. Let's get them all. Let's get Lindsey Graham with some spiritual whispers.
Wait, hang on.
Have Whoopi Goldberg ghost in. Lindsay?
He said it's a cover-up.
We need some Christmas lights so we could get the messages from
the whole week on the wall.
Oh, if Vecna has crumbled little Lindsay's body, I would be too pleased. Okay, so moving on. We've got these gas prices. My goodness. This war, it is a war. It's not a military intervention. It's not a skirmish. It is a war. We are in it 4 months now. You tried to say you had 60 days of discretion, which you didn't because they didn't, in fact, attack us.
No.
But you've got Pete Hegseth spinning. You've got Ted Lieu screaming at the UN ambassador. You've got Hegseth facing tough questions from John Ossoff and having no answers. He just likes to yell and add more hair product. That's all he's doing.
And you're right. It's a $1 trillion war. That $1 trillion that they didn't have for healthcare, that they didn't have for childcare, that they didn't have for insurance, that $1 trillion could have gone a long way. But now all they did was, oil went up to, what is this? Oil went up to
100, more than 100.
547 is at the pump.
Yeah,
Also, I did tear him up. Yeah.
you know, he did. And here's the thing.
18 people so far.
He is going to be drinking more because he's got to dull the pain. He is an absolute idiot. And he is not coming off well. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised, to be completely honest. I'm kind of surprised that Rubio hasn't tried to pull Trump to the side and say, this is a problem.
What do you makes you think he hasn't?
Well, okay, fair.
Rubio been looking like, there's a video out there of a guy petting a bobcat, but he also has a pet dog. And the dog is looking at him like,
you know, it's a bobcat, right?
And I feel like that's Rubio. Like every time I see him in the background or something, he's just sitting there like, oh, like the dude with the cigarettes, like, oh God. And so he may be, and also there's only so much common sense reasoning you can do with the current occupant of the White House before you become a problem.
Correct.
So I think he's riding that line. Out of all of the sycophants around him, I think Rubio probably tried to hold on to his dignity the longest.
And I feel like Rubio's solace right now is, at least I'm not JD Vance.
Yeah.
Because JD Vance has got to know it's not happening for you, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Trump doesn't want it to happen for you, but the country doesn't want it to happen for you either. And now they're talking about Usha just gave birth to the 4th brown baby.
Did you see those pointed questions? I can't remember who asked them that. It was like, so you're saying that Christianity is what I'm paraphrasing, but Christianity is what it's got to be. But you have kids who might be raised in your wife's faith. So if you think everybody who doesn't believe in Jesus has to go, what are you going to do about your kids? And he was like, this over, I'm out.
Well, and he basically said, you know, I'd love for Usha to convert. And Usha looked at him like,
I beg your finest pardon.
I beg your finest pardon. So you can hang that one up, pimpin'. And this house hunt, people are saying that maybe both of them ain't moving.
I mean, if she was smart, she would just get on up out now. There's nothing that he could do for her.
I mean, Melania did it.
Right?
You know, Melania she gives zero.
Right. Melania got a house over in Monte Carlo, entertaining James Bond types all the time, using her little accent to get them to put more on the poker table. Like, yo, she ain't. Is she even in the country? Is she here?
Who even knows?
Who even knows?
But you know who isn't among the land of the living anymore, in addition to Lindsey Graham, one of Epstein's model recruiters in Paris was found no longer breathing.
Wait, what?
Oh, yes. An Epstein associate who used to work with the Epstein clique.
Found dead.
Found no longer breathing. We don't use the D word over here, but yes.
Okay.
That can be a strike. But found.
Oh, found. Thank you. Found ceased to be.
Yes, ceased to be upright and operational in Paris. And, you know, I don't know who's over there. I know I watch enough K-dramas and political intrigue things to wonder. Because that's convenient. And, you know, we're still dealing with what's her face, Ghislaine. And what Ghislaine may or may not be getting as a deal. And here's the thing. Now that Andrew Tate is realizing that there is no cover after he was such a kiss ass for Trump, and I know the Trumps and you know, Trump is a baller supreme and da 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 da. He was thinking that he was going to get some cover, but they told him you can't do that. He's got to go, bro. Now that it's child abuse material that has shown up in the devices, and one of Trump's guys already, when they came into the country and they had their devices, that guy said, no, you got to give them their devices back.
I want people to recognize this, because stick with me for a second. I think about I'm a member of a sorority, and we have a type. There's a specific personality that is drawn to my sorority. The alphas have a type. The kappas have a type. even Phi Beta Kappa Sigma, Mu Pi, whatever, Alpha Lambda Mu, they all have a type. Gangs, whatever, any group tends to attract people that like aspects of that group as they are stereotypically presented. So along the years, the Qs have gotten wilder, the Deltas fight more. I'm just saying, I'm just joking. Grand Chapter, please don't come for my letters. I'm playing. But my point to all of this is, look at who's around the president and all of his people, all of his sycophants, all of the folks he's appointed. They all are a type. They all have allegations of domestic violence, of child abuse, of assault, of trafficking. They're all the same. When they say this country's being run by the Epsteiners, the Epstein Island people, the Epstein's list, the Epstein rich people, yeah, they all like, you know what, Chan? Stop. There's at least 20. Cut it out. I know 5. So, but yeah. Thank you. I told you, man, me and CJ, we've been right here. He's surrounded by people who think and act like him. And I extend it all the way out to the podcast bros, because they're always talking about women need to be thin and clean shaven everywhere and subservient. And that is a child. Right? The same dudes that won't wash their ass gonna turn around and say that you got to be completely clean shaven and no weird smell and don't say nothing, and and then what was the one guy said, women aren't supposed to get wet, that's like a disease. Bruh, if you never please a woman, just say that.
Just say that.
Right?
You ain't got to cast those aspersions onto every other dude. How do you know? These dudes they be on some real renegade takes.
Yes, and they be telling on themselves too.
I mean,
I read something this morning. This guy said that women need to stop women need to listen to this. Women need to stop spreading their legs and busting it wide open at the OBGYN office, because Pap smear can't do nothing for you. You just letting some guy run up in you at the doctor's office, when you could just eat broccoli and kale and drink some water and you would never have to worry about needing a Pap smear. And all the gynecologists under him, he's like, all of them, he was like, y'all, none of y'all don't know nothing. If women just trying to bust it open. Do you know how uncomfortable the Pap smear is? Clearly you don't.
Also, notwithstanding the fact that many female gynecologists.
But I mean, the thing is, there's a whole lot of female gynecologists. Most women prefer a woman.
A woman.
Right. Now, I will say, just for irony's sake, my first gynecologist when I was a teenager was a guy named Dr. Butcher, which was hilarious to me. But he actually was very nice and very, very gentle. Yeah. But anyway.
Maybe just Dr. B.
Dr. B. No, his name was Dr. Butcher. The minute I heard his name was Dr. Butcher, I thought it was hilarious. But what I'm saying is, the idea that you think a woman is defiled by a medical procedure just speaks to how insecure you are. You don't want no doctor to run up in her, and the language you're using, spreading your legs, wide open, run up in. What in the sexual assault do you think is going on in the doctor's office? And why do you would prefer your woman to die of a preventable illness than be treated for it? It's ridiculous.
And it makes me wonder how many prostate checks do you get a year?
None, because that's probably gay, right? I'm sure they would say that.
I mean, I guess, but they also
you like that. What's funny is, isn't there a blood test now? Like, there's something that they've, in the last few years, you don't even have to get the physical exam.
Well, the PSA is different.
Okay.
There's still a physical component. They don't do it as much.
Okay.
The PSA is looking for some specific antigens that would indicate the presence or the potential presence of a cancer. But physical, there's nothing to completely replace physical, basically.
Yeah, you gotta get in this feeling. Yeah, the same way you know, I might have a high white blood cell count or whatever, but I'm still going to need a pap smear,
Correct.
amongst other things, you know. So yeah, guys are getting stupider, and they're starting to tie it to religion. I heard one of my friends' sons talking about women and purity and God's plan, and I was like, oh my God, how did this happen to you? I know your mama. How did this happen? And you know, you send these kids off to these private schools and these Catholic schools and whatnot, and they come home talking crazy. Just crazy.
Crazy. But I mean, JD Vance is a Catholic, so go figure. Wow, we are right at an hour. And look at this. We covered Mitch, we covered Tate, we covered Nancy Grace and Nolan Wells, we covered the pool drama, and we covered murder at the gas pump. We actually did it. We got our 5 things. Plus, we got some bonus points for doing some other stuff. So that's right, Cecily. Thank you for reaffirming that. Brothers, especially if you are in my age cohort, it's important. If
you're over 50, don't play around with your life.
Do not. It is not worth it. And you know, I know some people personally, known for years, 30 plus year friendships.
Yeah, thank you for this, Bob. He said the digital exam didn't find it, but the PSA did. So that's why they work in tandem.
Yeah, it's a both and. It's not a single thing. Please don't let somebody, first of all, it's only you and your doctor. Okay. And you ain't got to tell everybody, hey, I'm gonna go get, you don't need to do all that. Just schedule it.
Right.
Go ahead and do it. Make sure in your annual appointment that they do schedule a PSA for Black men, especially. They start recommending them like at 40. So you definitely, if you're in my age cohort, you definitely need to be doing it. Luckily, I've never had any problems, but especially if you have a history of cancer in your family as a man, if you had a father or anybody else who is directly in the blood lineage to you that has encountered prostate cancer, please, please, please don't hesitate. Get it done and make sure that you are taking care of your health, because ain't nothing masculine about being in a coffin.
It's not cute.
It's not a good, and you will eventually smell, which means you're off Joy's list. So just keep on top of it, folks. Ain't no reason to suffer.
There's no reason to suffer. There's no reason. Cancer is an excruciating way to die. So yes, also, yes, please wash your hands before you go. And don't skip your health checks. You know, I was in Orlando last weekend celebrating cancer remission from one of my friends. She had breast cancer that she caught on a breast exam, and they caught it early enough. It was pushing towards stage 2 when they caught it. But they still caught it early enough that she was able to fully recover. And so don't play around with your life, because, you know, it's enough people trying to kill you out here in the government. Don't let nature do it, right?
Ain't no need.
We are dying from preventable diseases. I got my colonoscopy a couple years back, and they told me I was squeaky clean. I didn't have to come back for 10 years.
Now that's a little bit more involved, but still do it. It's important.
And advocate for your health. Yeah,
that's right.
You need to fight for you all the time. But on that note, we will go ahead and we're gonna get up out of here. We're trying to keep the show to an hour so that we get into a different bracket of viewership. Our viewers are going up. Thank you all for sharing the show. Thank you all for sharing the clips that we put out, for engaging with us, for being up in this chat like some champs. Chat champ. Yes, she's getting routine checks, and she did have another spot that they had to check out. So thank you, Jan. She is continuing to monitor. That's the thing about cancer. You can never trust it to be really gone. You always have to do it. Yep. See, found a cancerous polyp at your first colonoscopy. You've got to take care of yourself. And
Sharpies, go ahead. Listen to the Sharpies. Listen to each other. Those of you who have not, please like and subscribe and click the notification bell. It helps to raise the profile of the channel and also keeps you up to date whenever we go live. We want to make sure we try to keep on our regular Thursday schedule, but there's no telling. As things come up, we are probably going to be doing an election night show, which is going to be on a Tuesday and not a Thursday. And so as things continue to develop, of course, when it happens, no matter when it happens, we're going to do a show. So it might be 2 o'clock in the morning. We don't know. But we are going to do a show when it happens.
Yes.
And I'm reminded before we shut down is that there was a story about an old Russian man who would walk by the newsstand every day, and he would pause, he'd look at the paper, and then he'd walk away. He kept doing it. Finally, the owner of the newsstand said, what are you looking for? And he says, oh, I'm checking the obituaries. And he says, oh, well, but the obituaries are in the back of the paper. He said, not the one I'm looking for. So
I love it.
That's just a little bit of humor. We're definitely looking for one of two choices.
Thank you everybody that put their testimonies in the comments. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
It's so important, and being candid with each other about our health is something that we could all use a little bit more of. So thank you so much for being a part of the show. We love you. We love that you keep supporting the show, and we will see you again next week, bright and early, hopefully without electrical storms.
Right.
And with that, I am Mitch McConnell's mortician.
And I am your next prostate exam.
And this is steel, gently unsharpened for ease of insertion steel. Right. Bye, everybody.